know, I had someone ask me a very interesting question about root nodules. Now, legumes, you know, peas and beans, I think, but things that they call legumes, you know, they have nitrogen fixing capabilities. In other words, they put nitrogen into the soil. And the way they do it, I understand, is they have root nodules, and the root nodules basically take, through a bacterial process, take nitrogen out of the air, and then they put it in the soil. Now the question is, in this water environment, do these peas have need of, or do they even have root nodules? Well, let me show you something here. This is interesting. If you remember on the previous video, I did a haircut on these. And this is one of the root mats. I cut off one of the, these are snails, so let me throw them out of there. But this is one of the root masses I cut off, and as you can see, there's not a hint of any root nodules if this is focusing properly. So I don't know, maybe I've never seen a root nodule before, but well, I don't know. If you look very close, you know, I don't know if you can focus on that, but you can see some of these hairs. Some of these hairs look like maybe there are nodule-like things on them. Let me peel some more here. Well, maybe not. I don't know. It's, there's nothing that's obvious. So now I clipped this off yesterday, and so the trick is, the question is well, do the ones in the dirt have root nodules? Now I really don't want to dig them up, but I might just do that. Let me. Well, okay, I did. I pulled one out as a sacrificial root nodule here, but maybe this is too small. But maybe there's root. Now let me go rinse this off, and maybe you can see something here. Well, I rinsed this off, and you know what? It looks to me like could that be a root nodule? I hope this is focusing. Let me try to get on both sides of the camera at once. Yeah, I think it is. But I think there are root nodules here. It looks like there's one there and there. I really am no expert at this. Maybe there's one down in there. But there doesn't seem to be any down lower. Now let's go actually pull one right out of the water here and look at the root. Let me see here. And I'll try to pull one out without doing any damage. Let's see close up here whether there's any what you would call root nodules. I don't see it. Well, what's this? No, that's a piece of styrofoam. No, I don't see what looks like. Well, now wait a minute. Look, root nodules. Look at that. That's definitely. I think that. Let's get that focused, if it will. That looks to me like a root nodule. And there's another one down here, perhaps. Let's see. Come on, camera, focus. Yeah, there's another one down there. And yeah, you can see one right, barely right there, maybe. And so there's another one. There's nodules in there. Or they look like nodules, but I'm no expert at this. So they are forming root nodules. Let's go look at another one here. One that I can get out of here without doing too much damage. Here's one. Here, let's try this one. Look at, yeah, I would bet that's root nodules right there. And there's something down here. I don't know, that's not. But it looks to me like, well, it takes an expert to look at this and tell me, but you know, looking at this, there are root nodules, but I think in pea plants they're a lot bigger than that. But I mean, the ones that grow in the dirt. So I don't know. I guess the real question would be, do they form root nodules here like they would in the dirt, or do they just forego it? Because in the water here, there's plenty of nitrogen, and you know, because of the fertilizers and the fish and all that stuff. There's plenty of nitrogen in here, so maybe they just don't form it or they don't need it or something. But if there's an expert out there that knows, it's just kind of an interesting question. Anyway, by the way, I was worried in the last video about whether these were going to fruit or not. And look at that. There you go. I don't know if you can see it from the sunshine, but there's flowers. See, they're flowering right there. Let me get on the other side where you can see it. Yes, there we go. As you can see, they're starting to flower. See, here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and there's one over there. And there's some right here. Oh, they're not where you can see the flowers yet. But they are flowering now. This is only like 3 days since the last video. And if you look over here, I don't think that's flowering. These are flowering here too. I saw one on here somewhere, but I don't know if I can dig around and find it now. But these are flowering too. And for what it's worth, these in the dirt are flowering too. Same time. And they're in the dirt and they don't seem to be growing as well, but they are flowering because there's the flowers.